Beard, shall I address this thing on my face? Good morning guys, hope you're all well and staying safe. So I'm on here to just basically talk to you about where I'm at. A lot of people have been asking what I've been up to, obviously when we're all in isolation. Plans for this year, this hideous thing, and lots of other things. So the first thing, we are 2 weeks into isolation now, so we're 14 days. We self-isolated, meaning me and Amy, self-isolated slightly earlier than everyone else because we were told Amy was at high risk because she's pregnant. She fell into that category. So we didn't want to risk anything. Obviously, not a lot of people know the side effects to the coronavirus and if it affects the baby or anything like that. So we took the decision to go into isolation. This will come up to 2 weeks today, I think it is. So far, so good. Like I said, I can't complain. We're very fortunate that we managed to get into the new house, and we have got a good open space outside to do just get some fresh air, because obviously we're not supposed to be leaving the house at all. So yeah, it's been hard, I'm not going to lie. Obviously the pregnancy is our first one, and obviously myself and Amy were really excited to share the journey with the family. Obviously going to the midwife, seeing the scans, doing all the things you should be doing, the gender reveal, the baby showers, all this kind of stuff. Whereas we know all of that has come to an end. We won't be doing that for the foreseeable future. We've had scans cancelled, midwives have to cancel our meetings. We're not obviously allowed to go out and look at prams and get the nursery ready and stuff like that. So although we find ourselves very fortunate in this situation that we're staying safe and we're staying isolated, it is quite difficult with it being the first, not being able to do those things. But like I say, we're both in good health, so we can't really complain when it comes to that. With regards to my work schedule, a lot of people are asking, like, obviously will I be doing the Olympia this year? That I cannot tell you at the minute, because I know as much as you do. My gut instinct says it's not going to happen. The reason for that is obviously America's very early stages of this. We're 31st of March, and although we've still got a lot of time to the Olympia, America is literally flying up in cases each day. I think they're saying like 150,000 in 2 weeks, and they're only the people who've been tested, and a lot of fatalities in this, a lot of deaths, which is horrendous. And I just think with the logistics of trying to organise the Olympia, all the qualifications beforehand, trying to qualify for the Olympia, being cancelled, I can't see it happening. Or if it does, it might be postponed, which, if I'm brutally honest, I would like it to be postponed. I don't want to miss the Olympia, not at all, but my baby is due on the same week as the Olympia. So if I'm honest, if it was to be pushed back a few months in order to get a few more qualification competitions so that people can qualify for the Olympia, because as it stands there's only probably a handful of us who were qualified, and that's from last year or early shows in the year. So if it was postponed, perfect for me. It means I can spend a few months with Amy and the baby, and obviously getting into a routine and making sure she's okay, rather than me having to jet off the moment our first baby is born to go and compete at the Olympia. But it will be a sad day if the Olympia doesn't go ahead this year, because in 50 odd years it's been running, it's never been cancelled. So it shows the severity of this disease and the impact it's going to do to every sport and to every working field around the world. So yeah, we're in this for the long haul. I think we're all in it together, so it's just one of those things where we have to ride it out, listen to government guidelines, and just try to be mindful of your own family but others as well, because at present in England, I think the next few days we're going to go into a serious lockdown where there's going to be penalties, fines, arrests if we don't listen to the government, because we've just come out of a weekend and still people are partying, still people are going about their daily business, and because the weather's getting slightly better now, people are actually venturing out into parks and stuff when it's not allowed. We're in isolation. So I think stricter measures going to be taking place soon, which is going to be even harder for the economy to recover from. So yeah, so a bit doom and gloom, but this video is not meant to be about that. It's meant to be about what I'm trying to do to stay focused and keep busy in this time. Obviously, a lot of my work entailed traveling to different countries, representing my sponsors in that kind of way, and training, obviously being in gyms, training for the Olympia and documenting that through videos and content. That has become very difficult. All the gyms have shut. I'm one of the fortunate ones, and I was very fortunate that I just managed to build a home gym literally 2 days before the lockdown started. And that was thanks to Origin Fitness, who built the lifting club. So I've got some good equipment in there. It's not massive, and it's not ideal, obviously, not being in a gym environment and then training there. But I will show it you, and like I say, I am managing to get things done. So no excuses, still training. There's a dumbbell set in there, there's a dual pulley, some cardio machines, some ab machines, so enough to do upper half. Leg day's been a bit of a struggle, but we're making it work. If you look in my previous video, we still made it work. We just improvised with what I had in the garden. I have a lot more spare time on hands. So Amy has put me to good use, which means I'm finishing off all these jobs which are around the house, which I'm sure most men can relate to this, where we've got a list of jobs to do, what we've been wanting to do for months and months and months. We've been putting it off, procrastinating with it, whereas now I can't get away with it any longer. I've got to do it. So the jobs for today are glossing all the doors, which doesn't sound that bad, but they're solid oak doors, and they're very intricate, you know, like with details in it. So you've got to, a lot of prep work. I've got to do 2 or 3 coats of it, and there's 14 doors. So I attempted one yesterday, and yeah, I know what's in store for today. So I'm not looking forward to that, but once it's done, I feel a sense of achievement. Training, so I'm going to show you how I train, obviously, in my gym. It's arms today, so we'll get a good workout there. We've got a dumbbell set with sound. Right, so, don't know what it is, but I just thought, I've always wanted to grow my beard, not because I want a beard, just to see if I can get it, see if I can get that thickness within the beard. And I just look like a tramp when I've got it, like I look really scruffy with it. And I've always been like, either clean shaven or a little, whatever it's called, a little bit of stubble. So I thought this is a perfect chance to have a quarantine beard, because I'm not going out, I'm not seeing people other than on here. So I wanted to see if I could actually grow one. And we're at that stage now, we're in 2 weeks in, and it's getting thick, but it's getting very scraggly. I must admit, I don't think Amy's kissed me in the last 7 days, so that's saying something. We'll carry on with it. I did want to say I'm going to keep it till the moment we come out of quarantine, but that could be a long time at this stage, so we shall see. But at present, yeah, it's coming on strong. So, without talking anymore, because I don't want to bore you, we are going to get on with the day. So the first thing is breakfast. I've had a shower, put my moisturiser on. Now it's oats. So the first meal of the day, oats, almonds, blueberries, whey protein. This is something I have on or off season, no matter when it is, because it is the king of breakfast. You get a good balanced meal, which is, like, say, you've got your essential fats through your almonds. And I've said this a million times, so people who've watched my videos will know why I have this meal for the first day. But you've got your blueberries for antioxidants, you've got your oats for your carbs, and then you've got the whey protein, obviously, for a fast-acting protein. So it's a great meal to start the day off. Some days I get bored of it, but I managed to power through. Life's not too hard. And then we'll get on with painting the doors, training, and that's about it. All right, enjoy the video. So breakfast is done. Now it is the first job of the day, which is painting the doors. I have made a start. I've done all of downstairs yesterday, which was 5 doors. We've got another 10 to go. So that one's done now. Don't look at my messy closet. Ooh. Nice. We are on with this one now. First coat there. And then we've got to do that. That's what they look like. Can you tell the difference? No. And then there's that one to go. And then there's all of upstairs to do as well. Oh man. Wow, weather looks good as well. Might have to get in the garden soon. So we've got meal 2, which is chicken or shredded chicken, sweet corn soup with granary bread, apple and pure orange juice. Hello, right, so all of the house chores are done. So it's a bit of me time now. So this is my home gym. There's not a mass amounts in here, but there's enough to get a good workout in. And today is arms. Let's get on in and try it. Got my little helper as usual. So a little tour. Got a cross trainer. This gym was designed by Origin Fitness, and it was designed for me whilst I'm in prep for my morning sessions. So there's not a mass amount. So obviously there's no squat rack or anything like that, because it was only intentional for abs basically. So we've got abs bench here. We've got a dual pulley here, which I do most of my abs off. So we've got the hanging leg raise. We've got like weighted crunches. We've got cable wood chops or obliques. And then we've got obviously dumbbells for doing like oblique twists or anything like that, sit-ups. We've got leg raises on here also. So again, it was only designed for that purpose. Obviously I wasn't expecting the coronavirus to hit and we all be isolated, but if I'd known that, obviously I'd have put a squat rack in and a few other bits, but it's only a small space, but it's getting everything we need to do at this present time. So, and it's not a bad view, is it? Check that out. Got a crazy dog over there. I've shut the bridge off and he's not happy with me. That's a little bridge what goes over to my other part of the garden, but he's been a little shit, I'm not gonna lie. The river's right at the bottom there, that's the river. And a few times I've caught him nearly falling into it, so I've cut it off for now. Yeah, right, let's do this.
I can hurt you like you hurt me too, me too. We're letting go, drifting apart. We're letting go, drifting apart. I can hurt you like you hurt me too, me too. We're letting go, drifting apart. We're letting go, drifting
Right guys, that's the workout done. Got everything I needed to do done. 3 exercises on biceps, 3 on triceps. As promised, I know this isn't the best off season or the best start to an off season or mid off season, should we say, because of being in quarantine. 2 weeks of being isolated. Still getting things done, but just not to full capacity. And I do find myself fortunate, like I said previously, that I have got a home gym. I am managing to get stuff done. And I've got good sponsors, Muscle Food, who have been keeping me on track. And they must be inundated, or I know they're inundated with deliveries and orders. I think about 3 weeks delivery time. So you can just imagine how everyone's in panic trying to mass buy. But huge thank you to them for obviously keeping us stocked up. I did promise you guys that I was going to be transparent all the way through the year. Most people who have followed me would know that I only ever really show myself when I'm like 2 weeks out from a show or show day, because I've never been a confident guy. I know it sounds a bit weird saying that for what I do for a living, but growing up I was never that guy to have his top off. I've always trained in t-shirts or hoodies and kept myself covered up until show day when I become someone else. But so I only really ever show myself when I'm at full confidence, which is a week before a show when you're depleted and hardly any body fat. But like I say, that's not the way of the world anymore, and I need to become a bit more transparent with you guys, and for myself as well, just to be a bit more comfortable in my own skin 365 days a year, even if I'm a bit softer. So I am going to show you my physique. Like I say, this is out my comfort zone. It's not something I'm going to enjoy doing, but let's do it anyway. Alright, don't judge me. We are still aiming for the Olympia, although quite possibly won't be on this year. I've still got that mindset of no injuries, focusing on the physique this year and trying to bring my best package, whatever stage it may be first, if it's athletic on, if it's Olympia at the end of the year, or even if it's a pro qualifier. I don't know. We'll see what happens as the months unfold. But here we are with 220 pounds, which is my heaviest weight. I was 220 for the last, I'd say 4 or 5 weeks, but my body composition wasn't great. I was holding quite a lot of body fat. So over the last few weeks, I've upped my calories, but I've cleaned my calories up as well. So I've gone on to near enough prep food, but just mass amounts of it. It's not too regimented as far as counting calories and stuff. It's just, I know it's in a surplus to what I would normally diet on. Plus I'm not doing much cardio, I'm just taking my dog for a walk, but I'm making sure I'm not in a fasted state, I'm eating, and it's just a very steady paced walk. It's not anything that's going to exert too many calories. And like I say, I'm training in the evening, getting 3 to 4, maybe even 5 good solid carb meals in. Carbs in my pre-drink, intra-drink and post-drink. Just try to get as many calories around my training. And I find training at this time is slightly better for me as well, to get a better pump with more food in me. But anyway, I'm stalling, I can feel it, I know I am. Let's do it. Lighting's not going to help with this. I know, don't judge me. As you can see, I have obviously piled on quite a lot of weight. And yes, a lot of people comment when I do this. I've done it once before, I've showed you my off season, people, you can see your abs, but I get that. Obviously I've got thick abs over the years, I've managed to get thick abs, but I'm carrying a lot of body fat around my waist, and it scares me, I hate it. That's probably why I never show that. I know I can get it off, obviously. I do it most years when I'm dieting for a show and stuff, but it's not what I got into training for, like to hold this much body fat and to be this blocky, should we say. So mentally it's quite hard for me. As a competitor, and if anyone's followed me and they're competitors themselves, I think they'll understand, like obviously when you've seen yourself, as you see yourself, like the best version of yourself being on stage or a few weeks out, it's very hard to mentally go soft in your off season and see yourself like I am doing now. Although I have confidence in myself to get it off and I know when to do it, it's not great for me personally, because like I say, I didn't get into the industry to walk around like this. I'm massively inspired by bodybuilders and what they do and their work ethic. I was never aspired to look like that. So for me, off season was never really what I ever did up until this past year or so, or 2 years, should we say. I attempted it last year. It was a big fail and I ended up having 2 hip surgeries. But this year I have attempted it and I'm sticking to the plan. I'm keeping a certain body fat to try and stay in an anabolic situation so that I can start to grow muscle and things like that. But yes, we will be keeping wrapped up, I think, this summer. Like I said, I'm going to trim down slightly, but I'm going to try and hold that weight at 220. If I can start my prep around this weight, then I'd be happy with that, because like I said, my normal level entry weight, so my normal weight which I can sit at all year round, is around 210. So to be at 220 for me is quite a lot. I go on stage about 190. So yeah, that's 30 pounds of body fat I've put on. Hopefully a little bit of muscle, most of it's body fat, but we'll keep trying to make the best of it, and hopefully you'll keep following me, and then as we go into the Olympia prep, or whichever prep it is, you'll hopefully see the transformation and I'll get this bloody gut back in. Right, thank you for watching. I'm now going to go have a quick shower and then watch Disney Plus with our lass, meaning my wife. Alright? Cool. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Comment below on anything you want to see. Obviously I'm very restricted in what I can do. You've seen my amateur filming. This is me filming myself because Craig, my videographer, we're in quarantine. It's very difficult to have him in the house with obviously Amy being pregnant. So anything we will do will probably be in the garden when it's a bit better, the weather. Get the drone up, keeping the 2 meter distance. And luckily he only lives less than a mile from my house, so he's not breaking any rules by being out too long, all that kind of stuff. So we'll try and get some filming in, but until then you've got me making a hash job of this filming vlog style, but that was never my forte. Hopefully you'll get better, and hopefully we'll get out of this quarantine soon, so then Craig can film everything for us. But again, everyone, please stay safe. Listen to the rules, because if we all abide by the government rules, then we will get through this quicker and get back to some normality. Alright guys, I'll stop blabbering on. Peace out and stay safe.